Hey, it's Skip, and today I'm bringing you a look at a little game called Home Baseball. This is a antique tin version of the classic baseball dice game, and it comes with some goodies so that you can play it with a wooden board. The pencil scoring doesn't really work too well, but it is a nice little antique version. It does use the 2D6 system that was first published in like 1900 or so. It's a very old way of playing. Super simple. You don't need this published version, but I think it's nice. I'm going to teach you how to play. It's just a matter of rolling the dice, and the outcome is the outcome of the hit or pitch. Let's see what it looks like here. All right, setup for the game is incredibly simple. First, you're going to put the pegs in the bleachers. So here we've got the visiting side with the light pegs, home side with the dark pegs. You will roll to determine who will be the home team. The home team always bats in the bottom of the inning, so they get the advantage of being the last batter. Whoever rolls the highest number becomes the home team. All right, let's dive in, and I'm just going to show you an example of a half inning, and that will give you the gist of how to play. So the batter, we'll say our visiting side is batting first. Move your first peg to home plate. That's the batter. We roll the dice, and whatever the batter rolls is the outcome. So here we rolled a 3. That is a triple. So this peg will move to third base. Bring up the next batter. Rolled another 3. When you get a single, double, or triple, the batter makes the appropriate amount of moves. So this batter would go to third base. But no matter what, all other runners will advance that many bases. So here we hit a triple, and that means we bring in and score, and then our batter goes to third. Now, obviously, I could have just left the peg there and then chalked up a run. Now, for runs and outs, you use the non-batting player's pegs. So I scored my first run. We've got no outs and a player on third, a runner on third. We continue. 7 is a ground out. So I got my first out. 8 is a single. 7, do those math skills. 7 is a ground out, so I'll go ahead and chalk up out number 2. And 10 is a foul ball. Roll again. And 3 is another triple. So I'll go ahead and just chalk up another run and leave my peg on third base. Bring up my next batter, which isn't 100% necessary, but it does add a little bit thematically. 2 down, a runner on third, 2 runs scored so far. And I roll a 6, which is a foul out. That is 3 outs. The inning is over. Now we change sides. So I bring back my pegs. I've got 2 runs scored. The pencil system, as I mentioned in the intro, doesn't really work too well. It's a nice idea, but I still recommend having a pencil and a piece of paper, which defeats the purpose of the antique tin a little bit. But I do like the looks of the tin. And that's the gist. You'll switch sides, bring this peg back. Now it's the home team's turn to hit. They'll begin rolling, and the outcomes will determine what to do with the pegs. You continue to play for 9 innings, and then whoever has the highest score at the end of the 9th wins the game. If it's a tie, you play extra innings until there is a winner. I will include the dice outcomes for this game in the description down below. This game was originally published in a book of activities, and there were no materials included. It was just assumed that you would have a couple D6 on hand to play the game. I guess this game was very popular amongst children. They would just keep the dice in their pocket and play wherever and whenever they wanted. You would just sketch out a ball diamond on a piece of paper and keep track of the score that way. This game also suggests you can create a roster, create players, and then keep track of stats when they're up to bat. You can get really stat-driven with this game and really get into the record keeping if that's what you're into, which is kind of fun. Especially if you build a team out of like baseball cards and then use their stats and build their their stats during a season. It could be really cool. But really, this game just boils down to one player rolling the dice while the other player watches. And that might not be your jam. I think it is an interesting way to pass the time. Not the most engaging, but it's relaxing. I can play this by myself. Like I said, I can play a bottom of the ninth scenario, and I think it's pretty enjoyable. Well, that is Home Baseball, or the baseball dice game. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep on playing.